Hey babes, welcome or welcome back to and everything in between. I'm Victoria, your host and guide for navigating the beautiful chaos of your 20s. Whether you're building your dream career, figuring out relationships, or just trying to find you, this is your space for self-growth, real talk, and a little fun along the way. Let's dive into it and everything in between. Today's episode is one that sits really close to my heart. I recently attended a workshop hosted by Black Girl Environmentalist, which focused on intention mapping. We used this beautiful Japanese concept called Ikigai to help us explore our purpose and our passions and find the ways that that intersection can help us contribute to the world in a very meaningful way. And it honestly changed the way that I look at my own life. I had actually done maybe a month earlier using ChatGPT. So it was really cool to see it come to life in a real way and in different contexts. And I'm really excited to talk to you about what Ikigai is and how you can use it to help you along your journey of finding the intersection of your purpose and passions and how you can use those to contribute to the world in a way that feels good for you. So, what is Ikigai? Let's start there. Ikigai is a Japanese word that roughly translates to a reason for being. Some describe it as your reason to get out of bed in the morning, which I love. And something that's really special about it is it's not just about passion or money. It's about the intersection of four key things. Number one, what you love. Number two, what you're actually good at. What you're good at doing. Number three, what the world needs. And that definition or answer is different for everyone. And then number four, what you can actually get paid to do. When these four things align, you find your ikigai, your purpose, your direction, your why. Now, here's the transparent moment. A few weeks before the workshop, I had asked AI to help me sketch out my ikigai, and it was so helpful. But being in a space with other Black women guided through this process intentionally gave me an entirely different perspective. It made me realize how powerful it is to feel your purpose, not just intellectualize it. I realized that I'm most alive when I'm connecting with others and building things that matter and helping people, especially women like me, see their own brilliance. I love writing, I love speaking, I love storytelling and creating community, and I'm deeply passionate about using those skills to uplift, educate, and inspire. So if you're listening and you're like, oh, wow, like that sounds amazing. How can I actually do this? Here's a simple breakdown for you to try on your own. Grab a blank page and divide it into four sections and ask yourself, what do I actually love to do? What excites me? What brings me joy? What makes me feel alive? The next quadrant, what am I naturally good at or have developed skills in that make me feel confident enough? The third quadrant, what does the world around me need right now? What gaps do I see and what pain points do I see that feel like I need to address? And the last part, what can I be paid for? Either now or with training. Once you write those out, look for patterns, look for overlaps. What shows up more than once? What connects across all four? It might not click perfectly right away, but the point of Ikigai isn't to get it right. It's also important to remember that this can change. Your Ikigai is true for you right now, but in a year or even 6 months, your Ikigai can change. How you view the world can change. The things that you are now good at can change due to a whole lot of circumstances. So don't get too caught up in the longevity of it. It's important to just ask yourself these questions and get the answers out. Think of it as a map, not necessarily a destination. For me, I definitely was able to unlock a lot for myself right now. I kind of mentioned my Ikigai statement earlier, but through this exercise, I was able to find the intersection of what I love and what the world needs and how I can use that towards my job, and I feel like I'm actually like about to do it, which is so cool. The things that I love are guiding people to live their best lives. That's why I started this podcast. I live my life in a way of like self-development and being the best version of myself first. I want to share that with others. I also love working on solutions to global issues. I studied international relations in college. I didn't go into college knowing exactly how I would be able to use that, but it's my passion to understand what's going on in the world and be able to help people, especially those who don't have the resources to help themselves find solutions to problems that they have. I also love storytelling. I currently work in marketing. I, again, have a podcast. I love a story. I love a brand. And it's really important for me to be able to use that aspect and element in everything that I do. Yeah. I also love traveling. I love learning and I love building community. The things that I think that I'm good at, I think I'm pretty good with communication. I am pretty good at building relationships. I enjoy navigating complex systems in the real world. And I love inspiring change. I love when people tell me that they feel motivated by the things that I say or they feel heard when I help them figure out a problem. It's really special for me to be able to do that and help other people in the world. And it's something that I'd say I'm pretty good at. What I think the world needs right now at this moment, and when I did my Ikigai a month ago, I think that the world needs more leaders in development who understand people. I think we need more leaders in the world who care about people. I think leadership is something that needs to be reevaluated on a collective level. I think there's a lot of authority figures that are in power right now that are not leading. They're not people that I would consider leaders who are inspiring change for the better and change that is adaptive to the world, the actual earth that we're living in right now. So I think we need people in power who get that. I think we also need more people who lead by example in self development, people who can acknowledge their mistakes, who can apologize, who are open to hearing other people. I think we also need people who lead by example in global change. Yeah, that's what I think the world needs right now. We need leadership. And what can I be paid for? So, based on what I'm good at and what I love and what I think the world needs, I think I could be paid for coaching, consulting, speaking, thought leadership, consulting in development, agriculture, food, women's empowerment, even content creation and community building. So, from that, I find that my Ikigai is to help people both on an individual level and a global level become the best versions of themselves through wellness, mindset, and sustainable development. I see myself eventually being a consultant and a global change maker that really has an impact on the way that we live our everyday lives. So, why do I find this helpful? Here's why I think Ikigai matters, especially for women in our 20s. We're constantly being told to quote unquote find our passion, but no one explains how do you find your passion? How do you find the thing that makes you feel alive? And you're also supposed to choose a career path, sometimes at 18 years old, and just stick with that. Are you kidding me? I am 25 today. When I'm 35, I hope that I have had so much more life experience that I understand myself better and in a way that will allow me to do exactly what I need to do for myself in that moment rather than staying on a path because it's what I said I was going to do when I was 18. Another reason why I think it matters is that we don't always pause to ask ourselves, what do I want to contribute to the world? I think, especially in America, we operate in a very egotistical way, in a way that's very centered on the self. So I think Ikigai really brings in that perspective of, okay, what what is happening around me? What is actually going on in the world? Or on an even smaller scale, in your community, in your household? What are the things that are happening outside of myself that I can have an impact on? Ikigai gives you a moment to reflect on alignment. Honestly, it asks, are you doing something that fills your spirit, or that uses your gifts and talents, or that helps you to serve others and can sustain you financially? And even if you're not there yet, just know that your ikigai could be the direction that allows you to move forward, to help you find the thing that you're looking for and that you may not even know was an option or a possibility until you sat down and asked yourself these questions. If you are in a season of uncertainty, which many of us are, or even if you're just going through a transformation or reinventing yourself, honestly, I think 25, like your mid 20s, a lot of people, and this is just my experience with myself and my friends, everyone is okay. I've been doing things this way for half a decade. I need more. I need to figure out what makes sense for me. I need to just figure it out. I really think that your ikigai could help you. So I invite you to try. I invite you to ask yourself these questions. You deserve a life that feels both meaningful and joyful. You deserve to get out of bed for something that matters to you. Okay? So DM me your ikigai. I would love to see what you come up with. Or share this episode with a friend who's also in that space of figuring things out. Okay? We need each other. We're in community together. I was at the point where I was like, I will try anything. If I don't know how to pronounce it, I don't care. I will try it because I'm looking for direction. And I know that someone else out there is looking for the same, and you can do them a favor by sharing this episode with them. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this episode resonated with you or would be helpful for someone you know, please subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube and share it with a friend. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram at and.everything.inbetween for updates, and you can find me on Instagram at victoria.liverpool. This podcast is sound designed and edited by Misty Avenger. Music for this podcast is The Dude by Matt Large, courtesy of Epidemic Sound. Details provided in the description. Remember, episodes drop weekly on Sundays at 7 p.m. Until then, keep growing, glowing, and remember, you got this.